I grew up south of Boston, and let me tell you, I didn't do a whole hell of a lot of yodeling there. However, I did a lot of Boston creaming. Greetings and welcome back to another warm and toasty episode of the Vodkast. I'm your host, as always, the Christmas King. And with us today is Drake's Boston Creme Yodels. That's right, Boston Creme Yodels. I've never seen a variation on a yodel before. Yodels are a lot like Little Debbie's version of a Swiss cake, or a Swiss roll, rather. Never been a big fan of just the regular chocolate cake with the cream inside. However, like a ding dong or a ring ding, if that's your, flavor of choice. But the thing is I love Boston cream flavored things. If you guys didn't know, I just did a video recently with the Dunkin' Donuts candy that I've been hunting down for about 6 months, and I finally got my hands on them. And in that video, I'd let you guys know that Boston cream is my favorite donut of all time. So when I saw at Kroger, sitting on the shelf, no funny bones, by the way, Boston Creme Yodels, I knew without a doubt they would be coming home with me. And I knew without a doubt, now how much I promised myself I wasn't going to film anymore this week, I was going to have some downtime. I knew I had to be here and do this. So we're going to bust into the Yodels at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning. This is 2 days before Christmas, if that's the holiday you celebrate. If you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you're having a wonderful Hanukkah. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, I hope you have a wonderful Kwanzaa. I don't care what you celebrate. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family and give yourself a little bit of downtime. Relax a little bit. Everybody's mentally stressed. I went to the Valley View Mall in Roanoke yesterday. It was harder to get into the mall than it was actually being in the mall. However, you could feel the tension. It was palpable. Every time you go in to look at something and move down an aisle, I don't remember it being like that as a kid. I remember going into the store and everybody was happy and you were smoking your cigarettes and Bradleys, picking out your Cabbage Patch Kids, going home. I guess not. There were still those scenarios where there was those rare items that people had to have their hands on. And I'm thankful that I don't think there's been a lot of that in the last few years. Of course, the PS5 was big last year or 2 years ago. But the fact of the matter is things like that are a little bit more readily available now. During the pandemic, of course, things got a little nutty. How's your holiday season going? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to open this up to everyone to let me know how their season's going so we can talk about it a little bit. Mine's been going great. We just went and we took my two boys. Like I said, we went to Roanoke. We did pretty much all their shopping because at this point, I can't pick out stuff for them. They want clothes. And if I pick out clothes, it would be like my mother picking out my clothes for me. And that would be embarrassing. So it was a nice day to spend with them. And the most wonderful gift I have received for Christmas so far. I kid you not. I shit you not. I came downstairs this morning just dreading because I knew yesterday we had put something in the crock pot and we'd used a lot of pans. And we had 2 sinks just filled with dishes. And I was like, all right, you got this, you got this, you got this. And they were all done when I came down this morning. Lo and behold, the Christmas fairy showed up and did all my dishes last night. Either that or it was my kids. And if it was my kids, they have no idea how much that meant to me this morning. So let's bust into these before I get a little weepy. I'm really excited. Boston cream flavored things don't come around that often. I know we've done another Boston cream flavored thing. If I can find it, I'll put a link to it here. If it doesn't exist, there's like a cat or something staring at me over here. Let's give them a first smell. See if we can smell anything in here. Not having a yodel next to me, it's hard to tell if it smells any different than a normal yodel. However, I will say that there are pieces of cake kind of showing through the bottom of this. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So there could be some emanations, some odors coming out of this that aren't just the chocolate. It smells good. I mean, if you're into pastries like this, cheaper pastries, not handmade pastries, but mass-produced pastries, then this might be something you're worth checking out. This looks like a dark chocolate on the outside, but I can't imagine it would be anything other than a milk. So I'm gonna throw it in my mouth now and let you know what I think about it. Here we go. One mistake right out the gate. Is this cream inside isn't a Boston cream. It's a fluffy cream. You know how Boston cream is more of I want to say gelatinous, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's like a Bavarian cream rather than once again, I doubt you guys can see inside there. I'll give you my best steady hand. But it's more like a fluffy cream like you'd find inside a Twinkie, which isn't bad. I mean, I kind of expected it in a way. I wasn't sure that they were going to change the whole cream situation. However, I don't taste Boston cream here. It definitely tastes a little bit different than a regular Swiss roll, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is chocolate on the inside. I'll put a picture up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to take another bite because I really want to taste that Boston cream in the filling and see if it, is just hiding for some reason in that first bite. So here we go. It almost reminds me a little bit of the Ring Ding Twinkie combo that they did recently, but not as good. The Ring Ding Twinkie combo, if you haven't watched that video, I was completely shocked. Like, I figured doing a mashup, they're just doing it as a cash grab to get stuff, but it's really good, the combination of the chocolate outside of the Twinkie. Or rather, the Twinkie inside of the Ding Dong, because it's the opposite of like a Chocodile. Before I move on to the scoring part of this review and demo, I do want to say that during these little speed ups that I do, I really wanted to use Christmas music all season, and I know there's probably some free, copyright free music that can be used. And if everybody knows of a link of one that I can use for future videos, put it in the comments below, because I was too afraid to get a copyright strike on a video that I couldn't monetize. And so as we move closer and closer to 1,000, and now that we've reached 500, we do have the ability to monetize through live streams, so on and so forth. Actually, we need more view hours. So if you're bored, just leave this on all day. Christmas Day, I'm sure everyone in your house is going to want to watch me talk about food and dumb stuff for the length of Christmas. And as the year does draw to a close, I want to thank you all again for being here and joining the Vodkast. This year has seen the most increase in numbers since I started doing this about 9 years ago. Well, with the Drake's Boston Cream Yodel in my tummy, fresh in my mouth, I have to say there's nothing super impressive about it. I really wish they had Funny Bones. However, it was nice to try something a little different. If you're into Yodels or if you're into Boston Cream, it's worth a shot. It's not very Boston Creamy, unfortunately. I wanted that more Bavarian cream inside rather than the puffy cream. And I didn't expect to find it in there. It probably has far less of a shelf life, and finding it in here was going to be very rare. Nonetheless, the cream that they chose to go with just didn't represent that flavor enough for me. It's still tasty. It's different than, a Swiss roll. It's different than a regular Yodel. Had there been Funny Bones there, I would have preferred a Funny Bone way over these Yodels. But nonetheless, a 6 is not a bad score. If you're into this stuff, give it a whirl. Why not? It's new and exciting. New and exciting is awesome. That's the spice of life. Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you love this episode of the Vodkast, because I certainly love making it. If you guys are enjoying the content that I'm creating as much as I love creating the content that you guys watching, would you please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hitting the little bell icon, because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit more jinglier together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and in the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Oh, the elves are calling me. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodcast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. Enjoy your holiday season. I'm Jason Oliveira. This is the Vodcast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road. Take care, my friends.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.